How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you, my friends, neighbors, subscribers, family, all of you, eBay customers. You are all amazing human beings. I couldn't do this without your support. So, if you haven't done so already and you're new to the channel, hit that like button, comment in the comment section below, hit the bell to receive notifications, and of course, subscribe. It helps the channel to grow. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, I do have an eBay store. The link is in the description box below of every video and short that I upload here on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that has participated in these most recent auctions. Your orders have already gone out, and I have 2 more orders I need to process. I'll get them out, when I can. And of course, I'll do my usual eBay short to put it out there for my customers. But man, you ladies and gentlemen have really showed up. I really appreciate it. You all know what's been going on behind the scenes. If you're regular viewers and subscribers to the channel, it's time to get back on track. But just a quick update, because of those auctions and because, I was able to recover all that money that was taken from me, I'm right back on track. But the auctions really helped put it over the top. So thank you. I used some of that money to go grocery shopping and... I put a little money away and all that kind of stuff. So I also picked up some supplies from eBay for the eBay store so that this way I don't run short. So I'm way ahead on everything. Thank you, everybody. I have a whole bunch more auctions going on. Go check it out. Click the link in the description box of any video in short that I upload here on YouTube. It'll take you right to my eBay store. Anyway, let me crack open my usual sugar-free Red Bull. We're getting back on track here, folks. So it's back to basics. Not sponsored, by the way. So what we're looking at right here are evil Easter eggs. No, they are not. These are War for Cybertron Quintessons. We never got these as a kid back in the 80s. I'm very happy that they actually released these. I always wanted Quintessons in my collection. I picked up these 2 loose on eBay. Excuse me. One of them is missing the little, I guess you want to say, repair tool or blaster that one of the Quintessons used to revive Optimus Prime from being a robotic zombie. I can't do a Quintesson voice for my life. Anyway, so one of these did not come with it. One did, but I'm happy to have them loose. I do have a complete PulseCon exclusive in its box, and I'll show that in a little bit. And why I didn't open up that box, I think it's obvious as to why. But anyway, let's take a look at these. As you can see, they have their little, I guess you want to say, energy beams that help them to levitate and move about. And they look pretty cartoon accurate, I have to say, for what they are. I mean, I've had these in my collection for a while, and what's cool is that they do this, that you can change between each face. That's awesome, man, because that's what they do in the cartoon. Now, mine's just a little off-center. So, but anyway, you grab it by the base, and you can turn them around, and you can show off each face, including the face of death. And what's cool is their mouths do open and close. You can see this one's open, this one's closed. You can open up his yap right there. But they just look awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, they both have the same gimmick. They do both spin, but like I said, you got to grab a hold. And the switch is on the back. I'll show you where that switch is in a little bit. But it does have a place for your thumb, but I like to hold it down here just in case because I don't want it to break. But then you can just whip them around like this, like they do in the cartoon. So, but does his mouth open? I forget. I don't think his mouth opens. No, I think this one is the only one whose mouth doesn't open, I believe. But the rest of them do. So let's put him down. And we're going to get the face of death. I can't do that voice for the life of me. But yeah, his mouth opens and closes. I don't think this dude does. Does he? No. A little bit, kinda, sorta. You can fake it. Turn him around here. Yeah, all right, this dude's mouth opens and closes. His is pretty static as well, so it's just the 2 of them. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is that, I mean, look at them. So, the gimmick that's in back here is this little switch. So, I mean, you do have a finger stop, but again, if they're up on this throne, you kind of want to hold them down and do this just to give it a little bit more stability as it turns, because you don't want this thing to break. And you got his tentacles that are, they do move and they do bend. They're on ball joints here, so let's get them out of his throne. You can see they're on ball joints right here, and you can pretty much just move them up and down. Now these kind of flex a little bit, but they don't really stay where you put them. So if you look at their tentacles, they do move, but they got a lot of up and down. So as they levitate, if you were to display them, you kind of want to put them down because that's how they were in the cartoon. But this one is translucent. I know MGO likes to say transparent. I love you, my friend, but it's translucent. I think he does that to mess with the trolls. But anyway, again, there's virtually no difference at all between these two, except, again, one is a PulseCon exclusive. The other one is the retail, and you can see the color differences between the two of them. So instead of wasting my time using the spinning gimmick, I'm just going to spin these by hand like this. And it really doesn't matter. We all know as G1ers that the color palettes are constantly changing. The consistency is off in a lot of episodes, so I have to remind you about one particular episode in Season 3 called Carnage in C Minor. Yeah, that. You know what I mean? But any one of these Quintessons makes for a nice piece. Now, I will not be transforming these. They do have a transform mode. They turn into like these little interrogation cells or cages. I'm not going to transform them because I'm a boomer. If people want to call me a boomer, that's fine. But the simple fact of the matter is that they never transformed into anything in the cartoon. I don't even think they did that in War for Cybertron, as a matter of fact. I'm trying to find a hole and I can't see. I got my reading glasses on. I still can't see. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put him into his post, kind of center him up a little bit, and then we're going to take this guy here, put him on his throne. Excuse me. And center him up. There we go. So I'm not going to transform these into their alternate modes. Excuse me. It doesn't pay because they never transformed into anything in the G1 cartoons. I don't even think they did that in War for Cybertron. It makes no sense. I mean, you're supposed to take off their head. See, that's the cage that you set up with the transformation. I'm not doing that. You know, you can hate me and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do something that they never did in the G1 cartoon. I'm completely happy with them as is, just like this. Which brings me to the unopened box, which I happen to have right there. So let's get these two out of the way. I'm sure I'm going to knock these over. How about I bring that like that? Because I know my luck. You know how my videos go, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the actual exclusive right there. And you see Krennics. You see the Sharkticons. You know, you see another one of the Quintessons right there. It's a nice diorama. It doesn't even pay to even disturb this thing. That's why I haven't opened it. It looks so nice as is. And then you look back here, there's the representation of what we saw in the G1 movie back in the 80s when we were kids. And things and stuff and what have you. But take a look at the back of the box one more time. But it's a nice diorama, just as is. It's such a wonderful display piece. I don't want to mess with it. I'm completely content with the two open ones that I got. I mean, they look awesome. They really do. I know there's a bunch of knockoff Quintessons out there from different companies. You know, a lot of different companies over the years have made Quintessons, but I mean, these two are just awesome. And I'm sure you're all wondering, how do they scale? Well, we're going to take a look right now. So I have off camera 4 bots. Here they are next to the color corrected exclusive Soundwave right there. Oop, I want to knock them over. You know how my luck is here, ladies and gentlemen. And I added a new Decepticon symbol on his chest to make it stand out a little bit more, with a little bit more vibrance, because the factory one really didn't make me too happy. Then we have the Walmart exclusive color corrected Optimus Prime. Look at how little he is compared to the Quintessons. But that's okay, because off camera, and to be period correct for season 3, we have the leader of the Autobots, the bearer of the Matrix. We have Rodimus Prime, and he has the upgraded head. But you can see he doesn't look like an old man or a drug addict or anything like that, like he has cancer. I'm not making fun of cancer patients, but I'm just saying, you know, the original face sculpt was just like, oh my God. So if none of you have this head upgrade, I already did a review about that on the channel, so I'm going to line them up in a scrimmage line right there so you can see Rodimus Prime, how he sizes up against them. And then, of course, Rodimus Prime's nemesis, Galvatron. This is the original release. Mine did not have the messed up arms, fortunately, but I did upgrade him. I've got the new spire on his back. I'm going to tilt the camera here just a little bit. You see the new spire he's got. He's got the shin extensions, feet upgrades. He's got the grabby hands now, which is cool. So I'm completely content with this Galvatron, and of course I put a new Decepticon sticker on there just to kind of liven it up a little bit, because the original one you couldn't really see too much. So let's get these bots up over here so we get a visual fix on the size comparison. I'm sure I will probably knock one of these over again. All of you who've been watching the channel know I'm a bit of a klutz, but I don't edit out those mistakes. Anyway, well, there you have it, folks. Those are the Quintessons, and here are the bots to compare them size-wise. Again, I'm not going to transform these into their ultimate modes because I think it's just stupid. You know, this is one where Hasbro got it wrong, I think. I mean, I'm completely content having them like this, but the alternate mode turns it, like I said, into like this little detention center thing, whatever you want to call it. And it's good for, like, you know, if you have Power Masters or Headmasters, and this would be the cage that you can put them in. But again, I don't like that they transform into that, because, well, they never transformed at all. So I'm content to keep them like this. They look amazing when you put them on a display shelf, and I couldn't be happier. They were well worth it, even though I couldn't find the, I guess you want to call it a welding tool, whatever it is. You see it right there? I couldn't find one for him, but that's fine. Completely happy with them as is. So if you're able to get these, I do recommend them. If you want to transform them into their alt modes, that's fine. There are plenty of other YouTubers who did that. You want to call me a typical G1 boomer and hater, that's okay. I could take the heat. But, you know, at the same time, they look amazing. They look the part. They really, really complete, or can complete, your Transformers collection. But just for the fact that you can keep them in the throne if you hold back on them and just spin their heads around, you know, especially if you're a little kid, you know, you can reenact that scene in Transformers the movie, and then the Five Faces of Darkness. So, and that was, what, season 3, I believe. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. My two Quintessons, the retail and the con exclusive. Thank you so much for checking out this review. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications. Check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box below. I am your host, the Carolina Collector. God bless. Stay safe. Take care. And I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye now.